What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Post Hype. I'm your host, MJ, and oh, if you're a Transformer fan, today is a good day. We just got the official release of Scourge from the Rise of the Beast leader class line. All of the figures from this movie have just looked so good so far. I mean, with a few exceptions here and there, but Scourge by far is one of the most anticipated and the most hype that I have ever seen, and this man looks awesome. I mean, let's throw this up on screen right now. I don't want to waste another second of your time. If you guys are excited for Rise of the Beast, make sure to smash that like button though. But this man right here, tell me he doesn't have a samurai aesthetic to him. Something about that head sculpt, that large neck, it just looks like an old school samurai type of getup, and I think he looks so badass. He also has those extremely large shoulder pads that look good, and I mean, the detail on this leader class figure looks so excellent. I do want to go over some of the information that we have available. All of this is on cybertron.com. I will link it down in the description below, but it looks like that it is for ages 8 and up, which is obviously extremely reasonable, but we do have a retail price of $54.99, about $57 after tax depending on where you live, and I think that that is a reasonable price for a leader class, but I don't know. I mean, the prices of everything is just going up so high these days, and about $60 for one figure. I don't know. I'm just thinking about all the kids out there, and it's got to be such a shame that with these high prices, unless you're extremely wealthy, you kind of have to pick and choose what figures you want specifically, because not every kid is going to be able to have their parents afford the entire line from Rise of the Beast. And I mean, what kid doesn't want to make little stop motions with their figures, or just make little photographs and put them together in dioramas, or just be a kid and play with them and use your imagination? I think it's kind of upsetting to me that these prices are so crazy for these figures. That being said, I can understand, I mean, the ingenuity behind it and all of the very complex transformations that we get these days, as well as the details that we do get on the models. It is very much appreciated, and I don't want that to be mistaken, but I just think about the kids out there, and I wish they would knock down the price a few dollars or so. But it is a great figure with all that being said, so let's pop it back up on the screen here. I mean, look at these arms, ladies and gentlemen. His one hand that just looks like a claw. I mean, he looks like the guy from Inspector Gadget way back in the day. That's a dated reference, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, he looks exactly like that, the claw. He also has his hand with his weapon and axe on the right hand side. I really am a big fan of all of the rope materials and chains that we're seeing across his arms, legs, and chest. I think that is a crazy minute detail that might be missed upon first glance. I'm also loving the silver paint applied to his lower groin region, as well as that like dusty silver effect that he has on the lower chest. This figure looks absolutely fantastic to me. The smoke pipes, I mean, look at the little details in the smoke pipes. Now, one thing I'm extremely afraid of is a lot of times in these figures we'll get like all of the little indents colored with like a black paint application, but when you get the real figure, usually they just leave it gray and they kind of cheap out at the end of the day, which makes me so sad. Obviously, if you're a big collector out there, you probably have some paint applicants of your own that you can throw on there and do your own customizations to these figures, but for the younger audience out there, that's probably not something that they're gonna do. So I mean, I wish they would stay true to what they show in these product images. That being said, if it doesn't end up like that and we do get the figure as detailed as this right here, I mean, it just looks so sick in my opinion. I am so hyped to see Peter Dinklage take on the role of Scourge, and he's going to be somewhat reminiscent of Optimus's original Bayfirst truck mode. I mean, look at this right here. He looks so good in his vehicle mode. Now, one thing I want to say about this image right here, I mean, the Photoshop job looks a little shaky on this. I mean, maybe it's not Photoshop, I'm not sure, but the way the white light wraps around the smokestacks, it just feels like cut out with like the pen tool from Photoshop to me. I'm not 100% sure. One thing I especially took notice of though is all of the different logos on his grill in vehicle mode. We have the Terracon, Maximal, Decepticon even, and Autobot logos. So I mean, that's absolutely insane. I wonder if those are some sort of trophies for Scourge and that he just takes the logos off of the fallen soldiers that he's brought offline, unfortunately. I mean, that is just so evil and badass in my opinion. We get another couple images images of him in vehicle mode. I mean, all the detail on this figure, the gold paint, the gray paint, it's such a good aesthetic with that see-through red plastic for the windows. I mean, they really seem to go above and beyond with this leader class Scourge figure, and I couldn't be more excited to pick these guys up. It's been a long time since I've been interested in a modern day Transformers figure line. I mean, the Studio 86 series was super cool because obviously they're getting that nostalgia out of me, the love for the G1 series, and I had to go get some of those. Other than that, with the movie figures, I haven't been that into them for years on years now, and these actually look super good. So I'm super excited for this, guys. I do want to know what you think about that $55 price point. Do you think that's a little bit too much, or because it's a leader class and obviously they're going a little more above and beyond with this, is it warranted? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Other than that though, I'm gonna wrap this up here. If you liked the video, make sure to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe.